I'm Jamie Heineman.
And I'm Adam Savage.
We're going to find out what happens when you strap a rocket to a 67 Chevy.
Oh, yeah.
Coming up, we turn a Chevy into a 350-mile-per-hour road warrior.
This is so exciting. I'm going to have a grinectomy.
Pop rocks and soda. Urban myth or recipe for disaster.
Dude, your stomach's going to burst.
Here on Mythbusters, we're not just going to retell the stories. We're going to put them to the test.
We're prepared to put our bodies on the line.
There's just one problem. Some aren't myths at all.
Which one would that be?
I don't know yet.
So why should you trust these guys? Well, Jamie and Adam have over 30 years in model building, animatronics, and toy prototyping. They've worked in features, television, theater, and games. They can build just about anything, and probably have.
This is M5, my special effects shop. Come on in and have a look around.
Jamie's amassed an awesome collection of tools, talent, and, techniques. If we can't find it here...
I'm trying to locate a pig's stomach.
There's always Adam's eclectic collection.
I come from the planet Butthead.
Ow! Jamie and Adam are supposed to be experts in what's real and what's not. And they'll need every trick in the book.
So where do we begin? What do we got? Let's go.
This is the big one. What we have is a 1967 Chevy Impala that was taken out into the desert, and somebody had put a rocket booster on it. Now, they found out about it because there was a smoldering wreckage that the highway patrol there found.
We pieced together a gentleman or an individual that had put a JATO, or a rocket assist takeoff unit, on an older model vehicle.
The guy apparently was an Air Force sergeant, former Air Force sergeant.
He made sure he had a long straight road and there was nothing around.
He got up to highway speed, about 80 miles an hour, fired the things off.
The car had accelerated from like 80 to 300 miles per hour in a couple seconds.
There was a curve in the road, a slight increase or upgrade, and a mountain shortly thereafter.
So he applies the brakes, and of course the brakes burn out.
They found about 1.5 miles of skid mark.
He didn't make the turn, he went airborne, and he crashed into the side of the mountain approximately 100 or so feet up in the air.
So do we have any corroboration of this, or any photos, or anybody come forward?
Well, that's our job to pursue that, and we need to get a hold of a 67 Chevy or something as close as we can to it, and need to get a hold of a JATO or a RATO, or again something equivalent to it.
It'll look really cool.
It'll look really cool. I mean, that's going to be big flames shooting out the back. It's going to be great. I can't think of anything more fun than doing this.
No, you know what? I really can't.
I first heard about the story approximately 1994 when I was, my job was a spokesman for the Department of Public Safety. I received a phone call from a local reporter asking about a Darwin Award that was on the internet. The way the story read was that the Arizona Department of Public Safety, or the Highway Patrol, was the ones that did the investigation on it. I thought it was a very real possibility that it could have happened, because Arizona is home to several air bases, thus military personnel could have gotten a hold of a JATO unit to use in this fashion.
JATO, or Jet Assisted Takeoff, has been around since the Second World War. We should call them RATOs, because each canister is filled with solid rocket propellant. A single unit puts out 1,000 pounds of thrust for 12 to 15 seconds. Up to 8 JATOs are used when large military aircraft are operating with heavy loads or from short runways.
Do we think the military's just going to hand over one of these JATO bottles? What do we do if they don't actually let us have one?
Well, I kind of doubt that they will. This is not the kind of thing that you would want to let the general public have access to.
Yeah.
Air Force Public Affairs. I'm not at my desk right now, so leave a message.
We'd love to have the military there and involved. Just so it's clear, we're not trying to get a hold of one of these things and do whatever we want with it. We want you involved.
Okay.
Well, we actually got to talk to somebody. She said they're very expensive units, and that I don't know whether it's going to be possible. This is an unusual request.
Most good urban legends have good details, names, places, dates. In this case, often it's a Chevy Impala that the man was driving.
So we need to find a 67 Chevy. I wonder where we're going to do that.
Well, I picked this up at a flea market, actually. This here is a 67 Chevy Impala. That's our goal.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll be able to find a junker, something with a crappy body. All we need is for it to run.
Not an Impala, we got a Pontiac.
It runs? The Pontiac runs?
Not at the moment, it just needs the transmission on.
Oh.
Yeah.
Only?
Yeah, but, you know.
And a car not only is about survival, but it's also a symbol of adolescent freedom. When you get a car, you can leave the nest.
We're going to be putting some rockets on the top of the car and setting
Oh,
them
like
off.
the guy in the desert, the old urban legend.
That's
So
it.
you want
Exactly.
it's a 72 Impala or 69 Impala you're supposed
Yeah.
to use. Yeah, everybody.
We'll take anything that looks like, I mean, a Falcon within a couple of years.
Something of that
kind
vintage, as long as
You
it
want-
runs. Don't care about.
T-Bird? You want a Thunderbird?
Well, it got to be cheap.
62. Well, $750.
That's
Let's have a look
very
at it.
plausible.
It's also a symbol of sex. This is where a young man can have his first sexual experiences in this car.
Oh, yeah. That's the we're done.
I'll be kind of ashamed to destroy it.
We don't have to destroy it. Oh, that's so beautiful. Oh my God, I'm loving this. Oh, look at that. Wow. It's automatic windows. Oh, yeah.
Is that your premise, though, to do that urban legend?
Yeah.
Well, you should get a Chevy, because I always heard the story with the Chevy.
Chevrolet, the beautiful shape for 1965.
The Chevy Impala is an ideal candidate for urban legend status. It was first introduced in 1958. From the start, it was a prestige car within the reach of the average American.
A completely new look time cannot wash away.
By the end of the millennium, sales exceeded 13 million, making the Chevy Impala the most popular full-size car in American history.
Shapes of Chevrolet for 1965 at your Chevrolet dealers now.
We need it to run.
Need it to run.
Needs
This one
it.
may run. It's got a Bell motor in it. What do you mean? You're going to put rockets on it? It'll go.
We're going to destroy the car.
Of course you are. That's half the fun.
Thank you anyway.
Thanks very much.
No problem.
Despite its popularity, the Impala is proving as hard to procure as Jado rocket.
We called you last week concerning procuring a Jado. Procuring a Jado or a Rado. So far, we've had very little luck with getting anybody to return our calls.
Jamie and Adam are following a promising new lead on that 67 Chevy.
Well, we're going to strap some rockets to its back end.
Yeah. You know that thing where they took it out in the desert and set those
I
up?
got the perfect car for you.
We're going to do that.
You got it.
It's a 67 all right, but unfortunately, an Oldsmobile.
This is your car if you want a car to put a rocket on. She's fast.
Just as we've given up hope of finding our car in time,
It's officially an Impala.
Would it be all right if I drive it around the block?
Oh, yeah. Oh, whoa, whoa.
I got it, lady.
it's a working 66 Chevy Impala with some decidedly non-standard features.
This is without a doubt our car. It's destiny. Well, thank you very much. Really appreciate it. We are 8.5 miles from where we bought the car.
It's 100 degrees. We're 3 hours from the shop. And thanks to a blocked fuel filter, our rocket car is doing exactly 0 miles per hour. Thank goodness Adam's got the gold breakdown package.
So, the Air Force apparently called us back and turned us down on the JATO rocket.
Permission denied.
Yeah, I think, did they call us back again just to deny permission again without being asked?
Twice.
So we got these things. How are we going to, these are the hobby rockets. This is like an example, one of the tubes. How are we going to fire these off?
Well, these are actually more powerful than the JATOs. The ones that, you know...
But they're smaller. How's that possible?
Well, we're going to use more of them. While they're running, they put out 1,500 pounds of thrust as opposed to 1,000 pounds, but they only last for 4 seconds. We're going to get several of them, and we'll set them off successively. So we're going to put 3 of them on, and we'll probably put them on the car like this. We have a qualified operator that you have to have a license a federal license to be able to purchase these things and operate them.
I would hope so.
Yeah, and so we're going to have those guys set them off, and
so that's what it's going to look like.
Yeah, that's essentially what we're going to do. We'll have to reinforce it and everything.
That's all fine in theory. but it's an awful lot of power to put on the roof of a junker.
One pound of thrust is 2 horsepower.
So one of those rocket motors at 1,500 pounds of thrust is 3,000 horsepower.
Yeah.
That'll make our Chevy almost 4 times as powerful as an Indy car.
Think of putting another car on top of this car. It's that kind of weight that's up there.
So we want to probably build some kind of steel cage within the car's body to support this.
Yeah, we need to have.
We don't just want to like tie strap it to the roof or anything.
Yeah, that would be a bad idea. Could probably rip the roof right off the car. Fire.
Oh, how about that? There.
Adam, you're going to get sick.
I believe I'm already sick.
Give me the fire extinguisher. What the?
This time it's no joke. The fire's burning through the hydraulic lines.
That sawdust with the hydraulic fluid's a nice little kind of wicky thing.
I was thinking that we would drill up through here and bolt the top frame onto here.
With this design, the whole roof structure becomes part of the rocket rack.
Now, it turns out besides this legend, other people have strapped rockets to cars before, haven't they?
Yeah, there are world speed records that have occurred by using this.
In 1965, Walt Afrons built the first rocket-powered land speed car. Wingfoot Express 2 was initially designed with 10 JATO units, but that wasn't nearly enough. 25 rockets eventually blasted the car to an unofficial top speed of 605 miles per hour.
Of course, you have to remember that those are unusual cars. They're usually very long and
They're basically
built
like
for
rocks
this.
with wheels.
Yeah.
So this also begs the question, where do we fire this car off?
There are some lakes, dry lake beds to the south of here towards LA. So we'll probably try one of those first to see whether we can get access to something like that.
Jamie's having second thoughts about getting behind the wheel.
If this behaves like the legend says, we're going to have a 3,000 to 4,000 pound projectile out there. And I guess the other thing that I thought, with that in mind, if we do lose control of it, obviously we don't want to be in the car. So we're probably going to...
You don't want to be in the car?
I would love to be in the car. But
I think you should drive the car.
Well, I think I should too, but we've radio-controlled cars before, and it's a lot of fun.
So we'll make it radio-controlled.
Yeah, I think that's the safest way of dealing with it.
Oh, that's the coolest toy ever.
Yeah, it's a big kid's RC car.
It's not quite as simple as a radio-controlled toy. At 300 miles per hour, the forces on the steering servos will be immense.
Servos are motors that are positionable, so we can precisely control the steering on this. We need to have something pretty good, because if it's going that fast, we need to really be able to dial in on the aim, or it may go out of control.
The transmitter also has dangerous limitations.
One of the things is that these radio controls are only good for 1,000 meters or so, plus or minus.
About half a mile.
Yeah. For us to, if this thing is going 300 miles an hour, it's going to get out of range from us real quick, even if we're driving alongside. So we're probably going to have to think of ways of either getting we're going to have to go out and rent a really, really fast car, or we'll have to get a helicopter. It'd probably be the safest way of dealing with it. I'm going to try and start it.
All right.
Jamie's going to need every bit of control when he hits top speed.
At 350 miles an hour at Chevrolet Impala, all the windows will pop out of it and the roof will peel off.
Andy Granatelli knows all about speed. He holds 21 Hall of Fame records. Many were set in conventional vehicles. He claims the top speed for a street machine, an awesome 241 miles per hour. At this velocity, wind resistance is the biggest enemy.
The car would become airborne at a little over 200 miles an hour. The car would just raise the front of it up and would flip over. In other words, because the air would get underneath the front of the car.
Yeehaw!
Jamie plans to use the Chevy's hydraulics to combat those forces. Lowering the hood should give considerable aerodynamic efficiency. It will also help with what he's been told is the most vital factor.
The most difficult thing about this whole deal is probably getting this straight on the car. There's no real true center line that we know is actually the direction the car is going to go. We have, according to the experts, a 6-degree misalignment is going to put about 100 to 150 pounds of push on the tail of the car. That way.
All right.
Yeah, that's as good as anything. So that's right about 86. And that's right about 86.
Beautiful. Let's pack this puppy down.
I can't wait to set this thing off. I'm going to be in a helicopter, and I've never ridden a helicopter before, radio controlling a 3,000 horsepower rocket-driven radio-controlled car.
What could be better? You know, you could just kill yourself when you were done, because it's just like, it ain't getting any better than that.
It's all going downhill from there.
So the fun begins. It's such a treat to see the sunrise over the desert. What am I saying? It's a treat to fly over a rocket car in the desert.
Finally, all the pieces are coming together on the lake bed. With a bit of luck, we'll soon know if the JATO rocket myth is indeed possible.
I'm just setting the fail-safe on this. These radios actually leave an instruction with the receiver to return to a certain position if they should lose communication.
Yeah, this will...
Jamie will be joined in the chopper by Eric Gates. He and his brother Dirk have over 20 years' experience in amateur rocketry. They plan to fire the motors by remote control.
Jamie's going to do a dry run in the car.
The rocket guys, I think, are going to do a test fire, so all systems are good. I expect it's probably about an hour to actual firing.
remote control and failsafe are working perfectly.
Well, you know, I'm not at all happy. The reason being that unless something goes wrong on the first test, it makes me nervous because that means something's going to go wrong later.
How you doing, Adam Savage?
If this new visitor is right, Jamie may just get his wish.
I looked at it, the mount's not strong enough, number one. The mount's not straight either. We warned them about straightening the mount. It's got to be dead straight or it'll steer the car all the time.
George should know. Not only did he work on the Apollo program, he's conducted numerous speed trials out here.
8 points welded into the frame of the car. I hope it works. I mean, you know, 'cause I don't want you to dig up my leg bed.
Not exactly comforting words for our final briefing.
The helicopter's going to do a pass around just like we did the last time. About the time that it passes in front of the car, I've released the brakes, and the car's going to start to roll.
Like the Myth, our plan is to get the car up to 80 miles per hour before firing the rockets.
Giving it a lot of gas.
When the motors go, they're going to have a tendency to scare you. So when you're hearing the 3, 2, 1, brace yourself, don't veer.
Sound like a jet engine. It's going to get a 15-foot flame out the back.
15.
Let's have a good bird, man. Yeah. Get your game face on.
Good luck.
This is so exciting.
That cardboard box at the front of the
I'm going to have a grenectomy. Green light to go. They're starting their circle now. Brakes are coming off. We are a go.
Nothing's happening. We're aborting. We're aborting. We are aborting. We are aborting. Copy that. Copy that. Let's abort the whole thing. Okay, helicopter's coming in.
Doesn't it go through the inside? So how do you get it?
Looks like the car's old gremlins are back to haunt us. With all the focus on horsepower and thrust curves, we never did fix that fuel problem.
The problem is that this is an older car, and we've been stirring up sediment in the bottom of the tank, and it's gotten into the fuel filter and clogged the fuel filter. All we have to do is pull the filter out and flush it out once in a while. And we should get a good run here soon. That sort of answers my need for a small failure. I'll accept that one as a small failure.
It's been a long road, but finally, we have liftoff. 3 rockets, 4 seconds, and 1,500 pounds of thrust apiece. That's 3,000 horsepower for 12 seconds. Just like a JATO.
Absolutely outrageous.
What kind of speed do you think it got to?
I don't know. The helicopter was having trouble keeping up with it.
The chopper's top speed is 130 per hour.
Hey! That was beautiful. We lost track of it.
Oh yeah, we couldn't keep up with it with the helicopter. It just once those suckers lit, it just like.
It's one thing to see him go up, it's another thing to see him go horizontal.
Leave you guys in the dust.
Just the dust trail from the car is so beautiful.
I was quite impressed. I was hoping it would go good, and it did. You know, a little apprehensible, but no. Jamie did his homework.
Over the years, many have claimed they were the inspiration for this story. For those who really tried it, the results were the same. In 1957, Dodge was filming an ad on this same lake. They replaced the gas tank with a single JATO bottle. The car topped out at 140 miles per hour.
So, Jamie, given the structure of the original myth that the guy ignited the rocket, accelerated to like 350 miles per hour, supposedly hit the edge of a curve of the road and was airborne for several seconds before hitting the side of a cliff. Do you think it's possible?
Didn't happen.
Yeah.
They'd have to have at least around 4 times the power that we did.
Back in '46, Andy Granatelli and his brothers did just that. They put 8 JATOs on an Indy racer.
The explosion was horrendous, and the thrust was such that you couldn't believe it. We looked at each other as if we were going to the moon. The rocket left not a little fizzle like this, but for about 300 feet long, for wider than the road and higher than the telephone wires, a tail of fire. And the car accelerated up to approximately 180 miles an hour. I mean, and believe me, I mean, it was unbelievable.
Andy's antics may well be the origin of the JATO myth. One thing's for sure, we can all quit calling the Arizona Department of Public Safety.
There never was a crash site found in Arizona, nothing even vaguely familiar. On occasion, we still get people inquiring about it, and we posted it on our website stating that it is a myth.
That was a lot of fun, though.
Yeah, it was great. Just those few seconds being in that chopper, right trailing behind the car, seeing those things set off, it was indescribable. Just seeing that car kind of go. I mean, it was beautiful. It was gorgeous.
So do you remember Pop Rocks?
Yeah, they were invented in 1956, the year of my birth.
Really?
Yes.
The legend we're approaching now is the legend that Little Mikey from the Life Cereals commercial.
I remember it so clearly. The kid goes, "Let's get Mikey to try it. He won't eat it. He hates everything."
Whatever Mikey could eat, everyone could eat. That was the idea.
Anyways, Mikey at one point becomes a teenager.
He ate 6 cans of soda and 6 pouches of Pop Rocks.
And this has some kind of chemical reaction in his stomach.
And exploded, and he died.
So the myth is that, you know, that a combination of 6 packs of Pop Rocks and a 6-pack of soda is a lethal combination of gases that will make your stomach explode. We like to determine a couple of things. We want to see how much pressure is generated by a rapid infusion of 6 packs of Pop Rocks and soda. We'd like to determine how much pressure a stomach can withstand. I've been thinking about this, and I think to imitate a stomach, the pressures of a stomach, that the best course is to use a pig's stomach, which is actually physically very close to a human stomach, which can hold about between 1 and 2 pints, generally, of liquid. I'm trying to locate a pig's stomach. A pig's stomach. Should we continue further? Is this about the size of a human stomach? How large is it? I mean, it's deflated, right?
Like a swimming cap.
What?
Like a swimming cap.
Like a swimming cap. A very, very meaty swimming cap.
Originally, the idea was to create an instant carbonated soda by General Foods.
Can I try some?
Yeah, absolutely.
They discovered actually that when you ate those nuggets, there was like a sizzling or popping sensation in your mouth.
This isn't getting us any closer to that pig stomach.
Does it have like the esophagus and the intestines attached at all?
No. Just the stomach.
I need all the tubes attached to it. Would it be possible to get it with as much of the attachments to it as possible?
It turns out that the Food and Drug Administration have listed the esophagus and bowel as hazardous substances.
582.5 south. It looks like that says 580 is going. Right.
4 stomachs. Terrific. That's them. The specific instructions on the thing, complete with esophagus and intestines. It's actually becoming a reality.
That's one important mission accomplished.
The worst part is the breath coming out of here.
It's interesting that the valves on this thing actually work. That's like it's holding its pressure. We just put air in there and walked away.
And how do you think we'll get the Pop Rocks and the soda actually into the stomach?
To get these in there, we have to get them wet, unless we're gonna. They're not gonna pour.
I think we want to equate a worst case scenario here. Like the Pop Rocks are going in one bunch along with the soda, I guess as rapidly as you could do it. As rapidly as someone might drink it.
Big syringe then.
A big syringe?
The myth appeared, I believe, was in 1979, 4 years after the candy was launched. And actually has devastating consequences for the brand name. Sales dropped down to almost nil.
Okay, so one of the things we have to figure out is how are we going to hang this thing?
What about mounting it in our skeleton over there?
Sure.
There's plenty of tie points in the rib cage.
Yeah, and we'll get to see fluid dribbling out out of the skeleton, and you wanted the dramatic effect. That'll do it.
Yeah, and of course, actually, the inlet tube will have to come up and out through the mouth of the skeleton.
Yeah.
And you know where the outlet tube is going?
No. Where is the outlet tube going?
Oh, don't make me say it. By the time we're done, he'll be playing the piano just like old times.
What the company tried to do to address that problem was basically they ran around 45 advertisements, big full-page advertisements in magazine, and they wrote about 50,000 letters to different high school headmasters and school headmasters explaining that there was no problem.
Once a belief is out there, it's pretty difficult. You have to take some gargantuan steps to disprove it.
We've got to mix up one last ingredient before the experiment can begin.
I'd say it's about a pH of 2.
Okay. So that's the equivalent of one stomach's contents of hydrochloric acid.
That's 1.7 pounds of water.
Okay.
Gastric juice is secreted, actually, we believe, as a protective mechanism. It's not designed to aid in digestion. It's designed, the hydrochloric acid along with pepsin is designed to kill things. So it's kind of protection over when we were back there fighting the hyenas for the bones.
It might not aid in digestion, but we think a quart of hydrochloric acid will be critical to busting this myth.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Your gloves.
Now, the fun begins.
Once you're pouring the liquid, I'll be opening cans of soda, handing them off to you.
Okay. We're clamped everywhere. All right.
Oh, man. All right, Mike, you said 2 cans. He's out of control. Oh, my God, he's going for another one. Mikey. All right, Mikey, man, you can't drink those last 2 cans of soda. Dude, you are an animal. Dude, your stomach's gonna burst. All right, here comes the plunger.
Slow down. You didn't drink it that fast. Listen to that. You can hear those Pop Rocks going for it. Well, that's pretty impressive.
Oh, there goes a burp. Mikey's burping. Come on. Oh, man.
Look how big that stomach's getting.
All right.
It's more or less got it.
All right. Wow. Okay, I wouldn't have called that he could drink all that soda and Pop Rocks at once.
That's huge. That's like 3 times the size of what it was.
We're not reading any real pressure in here.
By its nature, the human stomach is a capacitance organ. That means it's designed to stretch. Receptive relaxation is the concept in human physiology, so it will relax and stretch up to some limit.
So my guess is Mikey's feeling a little ill right about now.
I know I would be.
You think we should give him some time to digest?
Sure, why not?
You got 2 built-in vents, one on either side of the stomach, that should be the places that this air goes if you reach those kinds of pressures.
Even with time for digestion, the Pop Rocks and soda just don't produce enough gas.
We put 6 cans, about another, almost a liter of acid, 6 doses of Pop Rocks.
I still hear it, can't you?
Yeah, you can still hear it crackling.
Yeah, Pop Rocks are going.
So, does this myth contain any elements of truth?
The human stomach clearly can rupture. There's no question about that. You can get rupture in blunt trauma, automobile accidents, for instance.
After a quick reset, we're going to try and see if we can make our pig stomach explode.
Who the hell could be calling me? I can't answer that. You're tying a pig's stomach into a skeleton. Clamp. Now, it turns out that in the annals of medicine in the last century, there are a half-dozen cases of people's stomachs exploding from an excess of CO2, usually from something like baking soda. 1? Let's do 3.
That's an awful lot of sodium bicarb.
Well, I've taken 2 with heartburn. Let's say someone feels
Unlike
really bad.
Pop Rocks, the baking soda and acid react.
Injecting acid. All right.
The result is carbon dioxide gas. Lots of it.
Okay, one down. Yummy and good for you. Single most popular food item in the United States. 3 cans down. Four. Come on, you got to drink a little faster, piggy. 5. 6. We've fully drunk the soda. Bicarbonate.
You ready?
Ready. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. He's still drinking.
Now it's getting really big.
He can't hold it anymore. Clamp it.
See what the pressure is rating.
Whoa! Okay, that's much bigger than before. It's still hardly reading. It's reading about half a PSI.
There are probably lots of folks out there who have for years and years and years been using baking soda. And in the amounts that would be prescribed to reduce acid, there's very, very little gas formed. It usually stays in solution, comes out, doesn't cause very much by way of distension if you stay within the limits that are recommended.
Here on Mythbusters, we're never afraid to push the limits.
One second. Okay, ready?
Ready. Oh, I feel the pressure.
If you have a stomach that's greatly distended by a large meal, and then you add on top of that either gas in the form of sodium bicarbonate to try and relieve acid indigestion, you can, in those very, very unusual situations, see gastric rupture. But no one should have the impression that this is common by any stretch of the imagination.
Okay.
Whoa! Wow.
Well, that did cause a reaction.
That turned out to be a little too much. Yeah, that's what we call a hell of a Saturday night. Oh my gosh. Totally blue. With the addition of a little more stomach acid and the bicarbonate of soda, what was that, 2 tablespoons?
Yeah.
Just ripped a hole right in the back. I mean, in a body, something like 2 or 3 PSI is a huge amount of pressure.
Yeah.
I can't imagine a human consuming that much crap. Well, maybe I can, actually.
Well, the sodium bicarb with the person's own stomach seems to me to be the main thing.
Yeah.
Somebody that's just taking, eating candy or something, I don't see it happening.
Mythbusters tried to contact John Gilchrist, the actor who played Little Mikey. He never returned our calls.
Another one bites the dust.